Number 10. This family's husky seems to be entranced by something hiding in the darkness. What that something is, we have no clue. There are a pair of glowing red eyes looking back from the distance. It is perplexing and scary at the same time. Could it have been another dog coming over to make friends? Perhaps it was something even more scary. Number 9. Ghost in man's basement. As the camera pans around, we see the fenced gate to the basement swing back and forth all by itself. Getting closer, he doesn't see why this is happening, but the camera catches a dark figure at the bottom of the stairs. It's hunched over and looking directly into the camera. This is both terrifying and deeply unsettling. Should he go down further to investigate? Number 8. Investigating this historically haunted location, no one in the rooms appears to have noticed the shadow person standing in the doorway. It looks like a young woman. A young woman who would be similar to the young woman who is said to have taken her own life there more than a century ago. Spookily chilling, this capture makes our minds question for deeper answers. Number 7. A long ghostly trail was caught on video passing in front of the side flipped table. Not much more details were given, but it's clear what we see. It seems to be a spirit orb that was caught on camera. Do you think this was dust, or something more explainable, or not? Number 6. We see the pair of children looking at the camera and smiling in this vintage photo. What is disturbing is the additional pair of ghoulish faces that are hovering in the air above them. Many were quick to say that this was a mistake or it could have been caused by a double exposure. But what do you think? Can we explain this anyway, or were these restless spirits from the past that were caught in the photograph? If you are enjoying the video so far, don't forget to subscribe. We post scary, unexplained, and unsettling strange content like this daily. You wouldn't want to miss any of it. Be sure to also check out our scary videos playlist to feed all your desires for all things paranormal. Number 5. Look to the far end of the room. There is a full-bodied apparition that manifests itself in the room. We see it suddenly appear from thin air and move on walking away. After watching this a few times and analyzing it over and over again, it is really hard to explain this. It is even harder to try and give a scientific explanation or debunk the capture. What do you think? Could this have been an actual paranormal entity caught on camera? Number 4. We see the people in the room focusing on their jam session in progress. Little did they realize that things were about to change very quickly. As the camera pans from right to left, we see it. There is a translucent figure standing in the window behind. The figure just stands there looking inside. The camera then pans back around with everyone blissfully unaware that something majorly creepy is right behind them. In this case, however, it might have been better that the being went undetected and unnoticed by those in the room, since we don't know how things would have turned out if they had identified its presence. Number 3. This family was photobombed by a ghost. In the family photo, we see everyone smiling and looking directly into the camera. They had no idea that something was in the doorway behind them. There looks like a ghostly woman in a white dress with long hair standing there. She almost looks like the dead girl from The Ring. We don't see a face, but that is definitely the silhouette of a person standing there. In another photo taken later on, there is another photobombing spirit again captured. This time, there is the face of someone standing behind the boy at the base of the tree. He looks as if he doesn't have the slightest clue that someone or something is there, but the camera captured it. There is a girl on the left and another boy climbed up to the top. None of them seem to be aware that there might be something malevolent lurking behind them. Number 2. This is scary. That is the tagline of this next video. Captured on Google Earth and shared to TikTok, many people are baffled and creeped out by this capture. Out in the middle of nowhere, there is a strange arrangement in the desert surrounded but shrouded figures in various positions. After investigation, it was discovered that this is part of an art display. Exhibition named Goldwell Open Air Museum is just off the road leading to Death Valley, California. The group of creepy men, as many described it, was known as the Last Supper, a play on Jesus' Last Supper with his disciples from the Bible. Number 1. Here we are at the end of the list, and we have a particularly disturbing capture to end things off with. In the video, the claim is that the police were called out to an abandoned building that had suffered fire damage some years before, to investigate strange cries. No one could explain what was going on, so they came out to take a look. The local belief is that the cries are from a witch that lives inside the house, but when the camera pans up, we see the terrifying sight. There is a ghostly pale face looking down from out the top window. It clearly isn't a living person. There is only a face. The person seems to have no body and is looking directly down into the camera below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up and I will see you next time.